Alrighty, hopefully it's recording. So today in this video I wanted to tell you guys a quick story that all happened roughly 20 minutes ago. I'm still very salty about it, as the kids say. Salty is now a new word for being mad. I'm pretty upset. I really am. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know how it happened. I don't know why it happened, but we're going to go back in time to last summer. Last summer, you guys were able to watch me catch quite a few fish around the 4-pound range. Some of them over 4 pounds. Some of you guys may not know, but I caught actually a lot more 4-pounders than you guys seen on video. I actually caught a lot more that I didn't post on videos. I post them on Facebook, or I just took pictures of and I haven't posted them up on YouTube or anything yet. I've caught a lot of 4-pounders in the past couple of years. The 4-pounder rate has gone up significantly, if I'm saying that word right. But today was a day where I was really just going to go out and try to catch a bass. I caught a couple crappie. Actually, I caught 4 or 5 crappie today, plus a couple big bluegill. I'm talking really big bluegill, like the size of my head bluegill. Really nice one. Fought like a 2-pound bass with that little ultralight. I thought I had a big bass, but it wasn't. It was a big bluegill, which was really cool. That was all this morning before lunch. Came back after after lunch, and I watched some YouTube and played NASCAR 14 on the PlayStation 3. Decided to come back out and rig up a flipping rod. Now, you guys remember the video I did yesterday, which I posted today, but it was yesterday when I made it, about me going to a hidden pond, catching catfish, and I wanted to bring back a bass rod and a ultralight and go back there and try to catch another one. Well, I was going to rig it up with a frog and then decided no, I'm going to rig it up with a flipping bait, a Texas rig, 1/4 ounce Texas rig with a 4-aught EWG and a Dock Sewer Company mud. It flipped out of my hand. Mud crawler with the green pumpkin black legs, black claws. That was my rig. I decided to take that out there and do that, but get back to what I was saying about all the 4-pounders and stuff I caught last year. I knew through the whole winter and early spring that there was a lot of giant crawfish and a lot of small bluegill in that pond. I knew there was a lot of bait and a lot of food for them 4.5-pounders. And, when we would catch some small bluegill and put them in the pond, I would tell my mom all the time, there's some 4-pound bass food. There's some 4-pound bass food. 4.5-pounder would eat that easy, right? So we put all them in there and stuff, and I kept telling my mom and dad and my brother, like, there's a big fish in there. I know there is. I know there's probably a personal best in there. I just have to catch it. I just have to put the bait in that right spot and catch it. Well, today, like I said, I went out there with the mud crawler, flipped it up next to a small brush pile that's on the southeast side of the pond, very corner. It landed up in the limb. Well, I dropped it down, and it's still on the limb. I dropped it down, as some of the YouTubers say, I gave it a dangle. I dangled it off the limb, and it was just the claws, the tips of the claws were touching the water just a little bit, making little ripples. And pretty soon there's just a little bloop sound. That's all I heard. Well, I didn't hear anything, but you could, you know how the noise goes when they just come up and kind of slurp it down. I was listening to music when I fish. I fish with music a lot because it helps me focus. And that fish came up there and just slurped it down. No big giant explosion, nothing like that. Just a little slurp. And I waited a second, felt the weight, popped it real good. I mean, I'm talking one of the best hook sets I've ever had. As far as, everything going right, no slipping, no nothing like that. Perfect hook set, jacked it back, felt the hook connect with the fish, and fought it for a good little bit. And I was thinking that when I first set the hook, oh, it's like a 2-pounder. And then when it started fighting, I was like, oh, maybe it's like a 3 or 4. And it got right there, right at my feet, with about 5 feet of line out. And you guys all know, I boat flip everything. I don't go down and lip it like a normal human being would. I boat flip everything. I'll boat flip a 4-pounder on 10-pound line all day. I do it. I've done it many a times. Well, I'm thinking 65-pound braid and pretty much a heavy rod. I mean, it says medium heavy, but it's a very stout rod for being medium heavy. I'm like, I could boat flip this thing. Went to boat flip it, hook comes out and lands on the bank. And this fish, all I seen of it, I seen it for just a few seconds, and when I seen it, I knew it was big. I mean, that fish was easy 5.5 pounds. It would have broke my personal best 100%. There's no zero doubt in my mind that that fish was over 5 pounds 2 ounces, which is my personal best if you don't know. I caught that fish in 2017 on a whopper plopper, and I've yet to break that personal best. I've only caught one weighed and scaled 5-pounder, and that was it. And if I would have got that fish in, I probably would have broke it. It really would have. But I lost it. Right at my feet. I was about to jump in the water, and I've done that before. So before you go saying, oh, you wouldn't have jumped in the water. No, I've jumped in the water over 3-pounders and grabbed them by the back and lifted them up out of the water. I've done it before. You can ask anybody. I've done it before, and I've done it for a lot littler fish than 4 pounds. I've done it for bluegill. So, I would have jumped in the water if I hadn't had my phone, iPod, wallet, which has all my stuff in it, iPod, headphones, my knife, which it's in my pocket. I thought I had it up there. My knife that I got in a giveaway. If I hadn't had all this important stuff on me, I would have jumped in the water like that. Snap the fingers. I would have went in that water and grabbed it, but I didn't. So, but just like my mom said, because as soon as I lost it, I set the pole down, put my hands up over my head, and walked in the house and got me a big glass of lemonade and had to sit down for a few seconds, calm down. Just like my mom said, though, she said something very wise to me and very smart, something that I, at that moment, did not even think of. That fish is in the pond. It's in that pond. It's not going anywhere. It's not going to jump out and walk away. That fish is there. And I just have to hook it again and land it. So, that'll be my next adventure. Hopefully I will get to do it. But if I don't, then, oh well. It'll still have to eat. Everything has to eat. That fish still has to eat. And when it eats something, it'll get bigger and bigger. And one day, maybe it'll be an 8-pounder. And I might catch it then, too. So, yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Share your big fish lost stories, or your lost big fish stories down in the comments. I'd love to hear them. I'd love to hear I guess you could say the suffering, like I'm suffering right now, because I've lost 3 fish in my lifetime that would probably be close to 6.5, maybe 7 pounds. That was one of them. And that hurts. Stings. I'm kicking myself. I probably should have played it a little bit more instead of horsing it like I did. But, I mean, come on. 65-pound braid, a heavy rod. I figured I could just yank him up out of there. And it said, nope. Popped off the hook. But thank you guys for watching. Yeah, bye.